Alright, so typography. So we are going to be dealing with typography today. Can you hear my voice at the back? Please come to the front. Come and sit down with Mr. Is yeah, Mr. Sukami. Come and sit down beside. Alright, so let's say typography. So now typography is just the art of using typeface. Okay, it's the way of like letterings. Okay, how we arrange our letterings. So let's see. Now normally when you hear this word typography, one thing that is going to come to your mind is called something called type. Maybe something can even come to you, maybe like the way you write, or maybe something like font. But what comes to your mind first is type or font. Okay, so in typeface we have something called in typography we have two different kind of things. We have what they call typeface and font. Typeface and font. Now there is a difference between the two. There is a thin line between the two of them. So I'm going to be explaining what typeface means. Now, they say typeface is a set of typographical symbol and character. So typeface is a set of typographical symbol. Don't worry, I'm going to dictate. A set of typographical symbol and characters. It is the letter, the number and other character that let us put words on paper. See, it's either the letter, the number, or other characters that help you to put words together. Now let's see what is font. Also, font is basically a complete character set. A complete character set. Don't forget, typeface is a set of what? Typographical symbol and character. Now font is what? A complete character set. Font is just like a child to typeface. Typeface is like a family, and font is like the child. And one more typeface be. That's just it. Within a typeface, can you see that? It was a complete character set within a typeface. So font is like what? A child of what? Of typeface. Typeface is what? Is the family, while by the font is what? Is the children or the child. Often of a particular size and what? And style. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you the practical aspect of this one. Like, you are going to see the stuff behind it. Now they say a typeface is a family of what? Of fonts. Anytime you hear about typeface, just know that it's a family. Like the way we have Adedigba family, Afolabi. You know, under a family we have a lot of people there now. We have maybe the first born, second born, third born. Inside of them, maybe the first born is so fat, second born maybe a little bit thin, maybe the third born is thick. And they say what? Font is what? Is one weight or style. So font represents style. Okay, style. Don't forget I said that font is what? Is the child of typeface. Whereby typeface is what? Is the family. Don't worry, I'm still going to let you understand this one. Understand, am I worry? Now this is how it looks like. Let me move to this one. Now please, I want you to understand this. You are going to be working with it a lot. and you cannot escape it in every day. As long as you are a designer, you are going to encounter it. Give me some seconds, zoom it, and now let's see typeface. Typeface, this is an example of a typeface. Avenia, do you see that? This is an typeface. This is an example of what? Of a typeface. Are you getting it? Now gbogbo àwọn èyí tó wà níbí àwọn multi typeface ẹni ni. We have what? Avenia book, Roman, Avenia book, all this one. I say the font is what? Is like what? The child of what? Of the typeface. That's just it. So typeface carry the name of a family, whereby fonts carry what? The name of their child in different what? All these years in different size and styles. Okay, now you can see this one. See this one. See how it is written. Can you see the second one is more thicker than this one? Can you see it? Okay, maybe we cannot see it. Let me try and zoom it then. Let's see it. See the first one here, and this other one is what? More thicker than this. Okay, another one is this one, Avenia book oblique. Like this one, this book, you are trying to what? They are making it what? To be what? Italics. Shatiri. This one was the italics of this one, Avenia oblique. This one is just normal. This one, I think this one, and what is italics. So these are what? The family. If you come down a little bit, the more it goes down, the more it becomes thicker. Do you see that? The more it's become what? So thick. I'm going to show you an example of that. Let's go to our Photoshop, and I'm going to show you an example of that one. I say we should install popping font test today, Abby. Let me say documents, and I'm going to go to my graphics class day 1. Now I download a font, a typeface. Let me say typeface. Okay, now this is the name of the typeface. Emery Popping Hot. Now this is an example of what? Of a typeface. Let me make it more bigger. Only of a typography. So if I see as to open this thing up, now I want to one in red. See, popping black, popping bold, all these one words at what are the fonts. So if I say I should what? Let me try and install this one. Let me extract it there. Extract here. Let me try and install everything so that everything can be on my Photoshop now. Now if I try and type something, let's say that Ade. All right. Alright, so this is it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to come here. Emma will pop in. I'm going to find the name of that font that I install. Now if you see Emery Bobo font OC1BB, can you see it? Now I just choose one, and it's going to the font, all the font style is going to be here. Can you see it? Emery 10 italics. Do you see that? Come down a little bit. Emery medium. Do you understand that now? That's typeface for you. So you have to understand that typeface is what? Is a name, and fonts are the what? The variations and style that we have there. Do you get it? Most of the time, if you see the assignment I sent to us yesterday, Emery, from this particular part, Can you see it? Emery, this one is a little bit what? Thick. But this one is thicker than this one. The third one is what? Thicker than these two. Though they are the same family, they are the same typeface, but what? Different what? Different fonts. So you need to understand that. Okay, you can work with one typeface but with different style, just to give it what they call balance. Do you get that? If you check other Emery, all these, the remaining one, they are a little bit different from others. Do you get it? I want to be nìkan ló fẹ́ dẹ̀ pé ó fẹ́ wà bódà. Ẹjọ́ tí laptop yìí bá ti full, please, so that you won't be having issue with the lights. Thank you. Okay, so please, if you are not getting it, let me know. Okay. All right. So now we have some classification of typeface. So they are much. Okay, but I'm going to be showing us 3. Please, and I want you to take note of this one. It's so important because I've noticed it in our work. So I want you to take note of it right now. So you get it. So classification of typeface. So we have a lot of typeface, but majorly I always classify it into 3. But in some parts, maybe you try to do some research. Emery popo ju 3 law. But for now, let me just limit it to 3. Okay. So the first one we have is what they call serif. Serif typeface. Okay. A serif typeface. Now let's see what the serif typeface does. A serif typeface include a slight projection finishing off the stroke of what? Of its letter form. Yeah. A serif typeface include a slight projection finishing off the stroke of its what? Of its letter forms. What does that mean? That means that we can have Alright, so are we done? Are we done? Alright, so now this is the simple definition that is there. See, a slight projection. That's one thing I want you to remember. Anytime we are saying serif, serif typeface, okay, it's just what? A slight projection. Now let's see. There's various typeface, okay, and all these typeface, they are used to achieve a particular purpose. Are you getting me? There are various typeface, and all these typeface, they are used to achieve a particular purpose, to depict an emotion. Do you get it? Or to show to describe a particular thing. Okay. Now a serif typeface includes what? Just a slight projection. Now an example of that is alright, sorry for that. Okay, so now this is a slight projection. Let me explain that. Anytime you see a serif typeface, this is how it always look like. Emma, whoa. It's always like a design like this, a kind of slight projection. It might not be on this O, okay, but O is always written like a kind of omanwa over. But some other parts like Tobani, something like elongated, what's it called? An elongated, like maybe L, something elongated. It's always like have like a design pattern. Like a slight. Can you see the slight projection? Emery nisale only slight projection. If you see this D also, like a design, it's slight projection. Anytime you see anything like this, see, you are going to see it in all. Anytime you have a slight projection like this, that is what? It's a serif typeface. Do you get it? It happens in most of every font that you see. Not in every font, but most. Anytime you see anything like this slight projection, like a decorative pattern, is what is a serif typeface. Don't forget. So let me show you another one. Okay, see another one also. This one is also what? A serif typeface. The same thing, but one layer top. But they are, if you check it very well, they are always what? Similar. You can see the O of this one. This is another typeface. See the O of this one and see the what? See the O of this one. Sherry O, Sherry. Okay. This one a little bit open the segment. You can see the number now. 1. See, this one is straight. Are you getting that? So anytime you see something like this, anything is slight projection or a kind of a decorated style, just know that that particular font or typeface is what is a serif font. Okay, so the next one we have here, okay, so something like this also is also what a serif font. So I don't want to go into all this one, so let me see another one. We have what they call the second one. We have sans serif. We have the sans serif. Okay, don't forget the number one you have is what? The serif. In the definition, serif is slight projection. So sans serif will be like a typeface that do not include any what projection. A serif is what is with a projection. Any decorated style, maybe at the edge or at the maybe a elongated style. Okay, but a sans serif, it doesn't have it. It's just regular entity. Let's check it. See, a sans serif typeface do not include any projection at the end of the stroke of its what of its letter form. End of the stroke of its letter form, no projection, it's just there. Okay, you can see the difference here. See, an example is this one. See this font, see the way they write it, no projection. Can you see it? Can you see it's just regular? Just regular, no projection. You can see it's different from this one, the serif. Chat really different there. Please check it very, check the difference. Can you see that? And see the serif, see the sans serif, just regular, plain, no decorated style. Now, an example of, let me see an example of serif font is the font that we are used to. Microsoft Word, maybe Microsoft Word, we all know New Times Roman now. Is it Time New Roman? Times New Roman, Abi. Times New Roman. Is it a sans serif or serif font typeface? It's serif. Because that's what we use most. So that one is serif. So anyone that without a slight projection at the end of the stroke or is what? It's sans serif. Okay, sans serif, sans serif. So see another example here also. No projection. It's just regular, simple. Can you see this is another example they are giving us here? Okay, so let's try and identify an example of that one here. So let's look at this work. This legal vintage attorney, Mr. Moin, what's this one? What's this typeface? Is it a sans serif or a serif? This one, serif. Check it. This is your last chance, Mr. Lekan. Mr. Abad, sorry. Serif. This one. Oh yeah, Mr. Lekan. What do you say? It's a serif. Serif, are you sure? Serif. Serif. Going to buy F9. Okay. Mr. Serif. Mr. Sukami. Same. Okay. Right, we all get that. Okay, so let me okay, so what about this? Sister Ife, this part, this Happy New Month part sounds very beautiful. Mr. Shu. Okay, Usman, what's this? Sans serif, sure. Kill. Moi. What's this? Papa me. What's this? Sans serif. Alright, so I just want you to understand the difference. Okay, so we all get that. Alright, so the last one I want to show us is what they call the script. The script. You might go online and also search. There are more than these three, but these are the three major ones. Okay, I just want you to know for now. So we have the scripts. So let's see the definition of the script. Script typefaces are based on what? On the fluid stroke of what? Of handwriting. Fluid. Anytime you hear fluid, just know that fluid is something that is what? Is dynamic. Fluid stroke of what? Of handwriting. Mr. Kami, you are not writing. Script typefaces are based on fluid stroke of what? Of handwriting and can range from formal to very casual. They are suitable for what? For display use. Okay, now something I can talk about here is script font. Anytime you see script font, it's see how it looks. So it's not formal like serif and sans serif. Okay, can you see it? It's like script type is like is romantic in nature, and that's why they call it it is what? It's fluid stroke of handwriting. It's not formal. Okay, so you can see. Do you get that? Let me see something like calligraphy. Anytime you see something like this, can you see what they write here? It is suitable for display use. Okay, maybe you are trying to express you want to do a design for maybe a wedding. Okay, you can use something like, because the way it actually looks like, I mean, it looks something so decorative and so beautiful. That's how the scripts always look like. Just imagine something of this type. You now, let's say, let me use this type. Okay, maybe let me give you an example of a design. Like they say you should design like a mortuary poster. Maybe someone has passed away and you are now using this type of font. You see, it doesn't speak well. So there's this thing in graphic design. They say that typeface, or let me say font. They say font speak. Okay, the way, don't just use any font anyhow in your design, because there's a way all these fonts that we are seeing, these serif, sans serif and script, there's a way they pass their own messages also. Do you get it? So anytime you are designing, and maybe I gave you an assignment, I want you to check your font will one long maybe is this serif or sans serif, and that's one thing you need to always take note of every details, every single details. You need to pay attention to every single details. It's not just going home and doing assignment. No, check the assignment. Oh, this is sans serif, this is not sans serif, this is scripts. Okay, if you are able to understand and differentiate all these things, it's make you a better designer. And as a designer, as we are starting like this, it's better for you to copy. What we do is we copy people's design, so that after some time we grow towards to do our own design by ourselves. So this process, I just want you to just follow through along. Okay, I want you to follow through along. Don't jump, and I want you to be doing your assignment. But this one is going to your assignment from now. I expect that you should not be doing anything anyhow. Do you get it? All right. So any question so far? Let me take a question before we go to Photoshop. Any question? No question, right? No question. All right. So let's go to Photoshop, and I'm going to go to my type, and let me write something. Happy holiday. Alright, so let me write something called happy holiday. Now I want to show us something. Now inside our, what's it called, our type here, when I go to the type property, we have if you come here, if you open it up, okay, these are the fonts that you have on your system. It's going to be displayed there. But one thing is that both the serif, the type serif, sans serif and script, they are all mixed together. Do you get it? Like if I come here, Mr. Sunkomi, what's the type of this font? The classification of this one, what's it? Script, good. Okay, you can see if you come there, they are what? They are mixed together. The sans serif is what? Let me go to. You see, they are all mixed together, but you can filter it. Okay, just come to your this filter. You see it, filter, and just click on see serif, slab serif, sans serif, and script. You see it. If you want serif, it's going to what? Filter it, and you have what? All the serif fonts for you, located for you. Can you see that? Now, if you want to use sans serif, it filter everything for you. Okay, so if you want to use maybe the sans serif, see, I will go sans serif. Do you copy that? Get there. Hey, get there. Okay. Now under the filter here, do you see it? We have all classes. All classes is the combination of serif, sans serif, and script. Are you getting it? Gbogbo font ló máa wà níbẹ̀. You don't get it. It's not showing you on your own. Okay. Do you try and type something? Ṣé try láti type nǹkan? Do you try and type something? Miss Ife, you try and type something and it's not showing. Okay, you have to be on your type 2 now. You have to be on your type 2. Type, voila now. You have to click your type. What is Shabi? I will have to get there so that we come and attend to you. We all get it. So I just show you that you can filter, but most of the time I don't use it. Okay, I don't use it. I just come to this all so that I can select the one I need. Okay, so now for those of you that have given assignment, and maybe let's see an example of this one. If you get low serif, make sure you go and change it. Okay, make sure you reduce the size. Anywhere don't. Are you getting it? Make sure it's so small so that you have a lot of space in your design. Are you getting that? All right, so let me continue. So I'm still on my type 2. You get it? So this type, I'm going to just choose, okay, type. So I'm going to, let me just choose a type here, and I'm going to say happy new month. So this new, I'm going to say enter happy new month. All right, so let's type that, happy new month. Oh yeah, I want to explain something here. I want to explain something. Let's type something like this, happy new month. Happy enter, new enter, month enter. Write it all together. Okay, all right, so now let's see something. So we have what they call property. Please listen. No, the more we are doing is we are in stages by stages. So I want you to listen to this one. So there's something we have what they call the type properties also. Okay, it's on your, I want you to check your collapse panel. Check your collapse panel here, and you are going to see this A. Check your collapse panel. You should see something called this one, something here. This is where your character panel properties is. Can you see that? So click on it, and it's going to activate something like this for you. You don't have A, right? Okay, I'm coming. So for you that you don't have it, just go to your window, LLC window. Go to window here under the menu panel. Go to window and click on your character. Where is it? Character. Click on character. So I activate the character panel for you. Are we following? All right. So here under the character panel, it's still the same. You can change your your font here, and also the font style. You can also change it here. All right. But there's something I want to explain. Please follow me. I want you to follow me. There's something I want to explain here. Now your own might not be like my own. Your own only was too spacious. Do you get it? Especially maybe if you write a lot of sentence. Let me try and write a lot of sentence. Let's say this day is a disma of access order. Okay, so let's just imagine this is a kind of a paragraph. Emaripe oti close you, and you don't want that. Your own, you might have that your own is too oti space you, and you want to maybe bring it back, or you want to space it. All right, so there's something we call that. So let me go back to my slide. So we have what they call typography spacing. Please, all these things, little things, they are so important. Don't overlook it. There's something called typography spacing. So under the typography spacing, we have what they call the leading, the tracking, and also the canning. So we are going to be looking into the difference between all these three: the leading, tracking, and the canning. So let's see the difference. Alright, so let's go to the leading. In a simple term, leading is just what? Refer to what? The vertical space between what? Each text. Do you get it? Between what? Each text. vertical spacing between each text láàrin àwọn méjèèjì. Now this seal I'm going to show us here. Okay, àti kọ́tà àbí leading the vertical spacing between each text. Now let's see, how do you apply leading to your work? Vertical spacing, and you can see it here. Let me go to my character panel. See, we've talked about this one, Abby. This is the typeface, this is the typeface, and what is the font. All right, that one is simple. So this is where the leading is. This first one. A material icon. See the icon. So the leading, you can easily increase the leading. So my own is too much, so I have to increase the leading maybe to 14. And my phone space. Do you see it? Maybe to what? To 18. And phone space. Maybe to 30 or 48. It's going to give it space. If it is too much, take it back and close the spacing. It's just like you trying to reduce the size. I can reduce the size maybe from here 20, and the leading maybe I increase it to like 14 so that they won't be too close. Can you see that? Do you get that? So if you have a lot of spacing now, you know how to reduce, to take it back. All right, can we continue? So let's check the other one also. So don't forget, the leading is just vertical spacing. So the other one is we have tracking. Yeah, tracking. The second one is tracking. See, tracking is pertain to what? Horizontal space between each character. Horizontal space between each character. This is how this one work. Let me say, for better understanding, let me just write order. So okay, tracking pertains to what? Horizontal space between each character. Horizontal space between each character like A, B, C, like each word together. Like sample. See, let's see the example that we have on the board. Sample test. Okay, MRE, but we want to increase the tracking. See the spacing between S to A. See the normal one. See this one when they increase the spacing. Do you see that? So you can also do the same thing in Photoshop also. So we have it here. Zoom and see. We have what the tracking. And you see that? So you can either increase the tracking 100 MRE. The more you can put your number. You can number it manually, maybe to something like 300 MRE. So I'm just going to put it to maybe let's say 70. I don't want too much space. So you get it. So that's tracking. Don't forget, leading is a vertical spacing between each letters, while tracking was the horizontal spacing between each character set. Are we getting that? Please, let's bear that in mind. So the other one we also have here is what we call canning. Okay, canning is just like as we proceed as we study graphic design, we are going to understand how canning works. Canning works majorly in branding. Okay, so but I won't be including it here in this our Photoshop. But maybe we advance a little bit. We are going to understand what canning really means. Okay, when we are doing branding, we are going to understand that better. It's just like a space between character, just like what? Tracking. Okay, it's just like tracking. The only difference is that unlike tracking, the space varies due to what? Different character stroke and styles. It varies. Hence, this requires the naked eye to set the spacing evenly between the character. Most of the time, we do it perfect. At times we use our eyes to set the canning. Do you get it? So there's a little bit, a thin line between the two of them. So the branding, you are going to understand what this cannings really means. Do you understand that? Shall I get there? Alright, can we continue? Okay, so under this character set, alright, so under this character set here also we have where you increase the font. Okay, maybe you want to increase the font, and also this is where you want, maybe you want to change the color of your text. You can see how awesome it is. Okay, so instead of using the one property here, you can use this the character panel. Am I communicating? Alright, okay, so now I need to explain something with the assignment I gave us yesterday. No, before I go to the assignment I gave us yesterday, let's look at something together that I don't show you yesterday. Now yesterday, let's go to the shape 2. Yesterday when we are trying to draw the shape 2, Abby, you know, we just draw normally. Abby, I can draw, we just draw a normal rectangle, right? What if we want to draw a perfect rectangle? How do we do that? Do I say Moshola? Me Solana Abby. What if you want to draw a perfect rectangle? You hold down your words. That's why I always say that you have to, anytime as a designer, you have to be using your 2 hands on your keyboard. Don't be using one hand as a fine boy. Just be doing, some people will be doing like this. Okay, so please, your 2 hand must be on your, because there's no how you can achieve your what's it called, a design with 1 hand. Just be doing, no, you have to use your 2 hands. So you have to hold your what you want to draw a perfect shapes. Anytime you want to draw a perfect shape, you have to hold your shift key. You hold it down, and then what you draw. Rectangle. It's the same thing with circle. See, it's going to draw a rectangle for you. So I want you to try that. Try it with circle. Alright, so that's how to draw a perfect shapes. Okay. Alright, so one thing I also want to say about, please be saving your work. Okay, maybe I'll show us that later. So one other thing is I need to show us now is what they called ruler. The ruler 2. It's not like ruler 2, but ruler. How to use ruler in your work. Now some works I sent to us yesterday. I'm going to open it up. Now if you check the assignments I gave us yesterday, I want you to notice something. MRP but one shade, you can see they don't write, you can see there's a spacing. See, like there's an imaginary line between this one. MRP from this point to this point. Design will be there. Can you see that part? It's also the same thing with this one also. If I say as to check it, MRP, there's a kind of an imaginary line that is there. If you notice, this design never touch Kokoja line. So the line that is there is what they call is what the bleeding space. Bleeding, BLEED, BLEEDING. Okay. Now, anytime you are making your design, also always was make an imaginary lines just like this. That okay, oh, design me, oh, I don't want you to pass through this line. So you get it. There's a reason for that. The reason is being that if you print this work, boy, be so much in trimmer so that only cut it nǹkan tí ẹ ń ṣe what you've already designed. So anytime you are doing a design, make sure your design doesn't kò bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ibi edge. Give it a space, a simple space like this is okay. So that your design will not not cut across, kò ní kọjá line at all. So to do that, you can put an imaginary line. At times I call it ruler. So to activate it, you see this ruler here, Robert, can you see it? Do we have it? Do we have ruler on your own? Our ruler, any ruler on. We don't have ruler. Okay, to activate the ruler, okay, you go to your view and you say something called rulers. You make that ruler is on. To activate my ruler, go to your view and say ruler. The shortcut for the ruler is what? Control R. You off. Do you have here? Do you have here? Oh, you don't have here. Hey, yeah. Sorry. Okay, let me come and check. Alright. So while I see ruler, everybody, right? Let's see ruler. Alright, so this is how you use it. You can use your ruler, just bring it. Ruler. It's just like you are dragging. Drag your water. See it. Just drag it. Okay. Match the design. The same thing here. You drag it to the other side. You can also drag it up. Now the spacing you are leaving there is called what? Bleeding space. So it's the same thing. So now at times you might not want this thing again, this ruler, this line. If it's a partition for this bleeding space, you can take it away. All you need to just do is fill and do you see that? Fill and say extras. Can you see? Maybe you want to take it away. Extras. Can you see it? Control H to hide it. Just click on extras to hide and to show. The shortcut is what? Want to remove two, and you remove it, go back there. You see, make sure you are on your move to and go back there. You want to remove two, take it. It's just like you are taking it outside. You don't want it. Okay, so maybe you want to hide it, just fill and say extras. So you get it. It doesn't show. That's why they call it imaginary lines. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. Someone has another question. So can you change? Some of you are having like a light blue, some black, red. I don't know the color. So you can change the color of your ruler. So you get it. Just make sure you are on your move to the first two that is there, and go to your ruler, one of the lines. Just double click on it. Make sure that your move to cursor changes. And double click it. Just double click. It's going to bring this stuff for you. So you can now customize black low a lot of them. So mole change see red, and it's going to change to red. Any color that you want to change your ruler to, you can change it. Just move, put your cursor to where the ruler is, and double click it. Change the C1. I change the color, so you can now double click on it. It's going to. It doesn't matter. So at times it matters. You might be working on a black background, and so you can change it also, but it doesn't show when you export it. It just has imaginary lines. Hey, get me out. Okay, all right, let's continue. All right, let's continue. Are we all there? Are we, anybody having issue so that I can attend to it? Any issue? Are we okay? You see, let's see, I've eyed it, and same way. Okay, and the shortcut is what? Ctrl H. You click Ctrl H, it's going to bring hide. Yes, revenge. Okay, perfect. Okay, the same for this one and this one. It's the same thing. You just use your rectangle like this. This is how I used to do it. Just use to measure it. Do you get it? Don't stress yourself. Just use to measure it. As you go to perfect, just measure it. That's all. And you can count it. If you know how to count, you can count all this line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lower. See. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count. Just count all those lines from behind. Alright, so let's continue. Oh yeah. Can we move on? Okay, so there is something I want to show you also. Let me bring my background from one of the work I gave us yesterday. Let me bring it. So let's see something. Let's see something so beautiful. See, let's see something. Okay, you can use anything. You can use your rectangle also. Alright, so let's see something. There's something here under our layers panel. We are. So there's something under our layers panel. Are you with me? Start to come in. Please. So there's something called opacity. Do we see that? Share opacity. Yeah. Opacity what? Make you what? Make you reduce maybe the hardness of something. Like I'm taking this what's it called, this rectangle. I can reduce the opacity and say okay, I want you to come down a little bit. Do you see that? Do you see opacity? I can reduce. See, I can fade it off. That's opacity. Hello? Hello? Yeah, this is a very good file. What do you say, ma? Can you come again? Okay. Can you come again? Can you come again, please? I can't hear you. Yes. Okay, busy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually inside the class in my BPA. Can I call you when I'm done? Maybe in the next 20 minutes I'll be done. I will make sure I maybe flash you or try to call back. Thank you. Okay, so you can hide the opacity of anything. Do I say hide? You can reduce the opacity of anything. Like this background, I can reduce the opacity. So in the assignment I gave you, make sure you reduce the opacity also. Shall I get there? Alright, so there's other thing I want you to know. Okay, let me put this one down. So there's something they call visibility. Shall I get there? I get opacity. How will I get there? Sister Ife, you get the opacity. So now there's something they call visibility. Let's see. Oh yeah, Mr. Abasi, ẹjọ́ yín pọ̀ ẹ máa jẹ gbà. Oh yeah, there's something called visibility. See, now visibility works like the eye. Visibility works like the eye. Now for every layer, these are layers, right? So for every layers, they all have their own visibility. Okay, every layer have their visibility. Okay, it's just like the eyes. This is it. So this is how it works. If I click on any of maybe this guy here, Mr. Abasi Moyi. So if I click on the visibility of this rectangle, I say okay, I don't want to use you now. I can just hide it. See, you are not deleting it. Also one bit, you can see the layer now. It's still there. So it's just like you are hiding it for later time. So you get it. You can bring it back again. So you can add any visibility that you want and bring them back again. So you get it. Shall I get there? Are we getting it? Alright. So for those of us that we don't know how to save, so let's save our work. If you want to save our work, just click on File and say Save. Just save normally and name what the name you want to save it, maybe first class. Yeah, third class, and just save it. Save and click OK. Please always save your work. If you do assignments and you don't save it, that means you don't do assignments. Just save normally. File, save. It's not save as, just save it. Just save it normally. Okay. And anytime you make a changes, also always make sure you save. Yeah, you let me share divine right now. Don't not save. Let me use save. Don't mind that save also. Save. So you have to go to the document. Download the whole lot of them. So if you want to go to where documents, you have to navigate there. Do you get it? No, don't use save as. So save. Save. Save save as. Just save. Okay, so let me explain something again. Alright, let me explain something again. I explained something yesterday that if you want to use we have 3 sides, please. But today some of us, we are still making that mistake and it's not nice. I told us this, we have 3 sides. We have what? Landscape, portrait, landscape, and what? Square. Landscape, portrait, landscape, and what? And square. Let me just imagine this one is my square. Let me just imagine this is the portrait, landscape, and square. Please always check the assignments. Check the assignments. In below, see. Don't use any other side. See, anytime you use another side like this, ethic by F9, you've missed everything in here. Don't try and say that no, you've missed it. You've actually missed everything. Okay, so always check. This one is portrait. Find a portrait size. Skinny portrait size phone. What's this for portrait? I said that you can use A4 or A5 yesterday. You got most on here. So just go there, new file, new, and what's it? Under the prints, MRE A4 or A5. It's going to give you a portrait size. So you get it and say let's create it. Portrait. I think yes, it will also okay. This size, anytime you see it, also this kind of size is what square. Good. So this one you have to give it a customized size, maybe inches, set it to inches, and you can name it here. Maybe the width should be what, maybe 3 by 3. You can set the resolution to maybe 120 to 200, anyone, and you can click on what, create. You have square size. Do you get it? Please always check the size. Number one thing, I know that we are going to make mistake yesterday, that's why I've been shouting. They don't say mistake. Close your work. Ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ mẹ́wọ́ kí n kọ́ gígé lónìí bọ̀ ṣàṣàmẹ́ntì so mi lè kọ́ gígé. Why do you use landscape? Ti ẹ̀ rotate ẹ̀, ṣé ẹ̀ lè rotate ẹ̀? I know that background is going to affect you now. Assuming you do the assignments, we're supposed to learn remover and background remover today, but no, I cannot.
I told him that the only option you can have is to remove that background. You cannot get the background of the hand. So you can cut your background, your one,
you know what is what? Just do the one by the side. Or Lama call remover of background. Simple. Hey, lower me now. I think. Oh yeah, question. Let's listen to question. What? I'm coming.
Calm down.
Hey, please, ever me send the picture and see me.
You have to remove the background. That's my point. Background will never know.
They stage bend, so I cannot be rushing you.
No, but what is the solution to that kind of thing?
It's just remove the background now.
Yeah, I
It's not, you can use any other thing. That's what I want to teach you today. I cannot teach you. You know what it's saying? Oh yeah, Mr. Please wait, let me list. Mr. I forgot it. Malik. Okay, Mr. John, yeah, it might be no. To JPG. To JPG. Ti débẹ̀. Ẹ fẹ́ send ẹ sẹ́yìn àbí? Ti débẹ̀. Do you want me to show you? Alright. Yeah, let me show you, okay? Just go to save as. Effort to save it normally, but I'm export just save as. So this format, save as type. Save as type, you go to and go to JPG. I'm JPEG in here, so choose JPEG. This is the first one, JPG. So that's what we are going to choose and save it. So that's just it. Could you bear now, love? 33. JPG, save it. You want to export it.